Ever since I was a kid, I had a dream of becoming a pilot, but could never afford it. One day I decided to stop making excuses, to sacrifice my comfort, to make my dream happen. My name is Dee, and this is my journey. This is Future Pilot 901.
We're live. Yo, we are live. What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Day One Mentality, where we talk about the number one thing in your control that can make or break your dream. My name is Dee. At the top, we have our special guest. You'll find out about him soon. But at the bottom, a very familiar face, the one and only steady athlete. And we are here to have a great time. What's up, people? How we doing? Yo, that intro gets me amped up. I have to say, steady athlete, what are you saying, bro? Wait, I've got you muted. 1 second. You guys can't speak. Wait. There you go. Yo, steady athlete, how's it going, man?
What an intro. It will never get old, honestly.
Bro, I swear, I think that video of you is probably definitely one of my top 3 that I've made. 100%. I love the music, love the cuts. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of fun, man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it was a good an amazing collaboration that I always remember with in a good way, honestly. Good memory.
Yeah. And I think that's like the first time I cut up an edit for somebody else. Like a proper edit for somebody else. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Hey, who's our guest, bro? I've been chopping up your name, in the last episode, right? Can you finally reveal to us, our special guest, how do you say your name?
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, loud and clear, brother.
Yes.
Yeah. So my name is Views from Mars or Marvin, depending on how you want to call me.
Bro, I studied the alphabet, yeah? And last time I checked, when I sound that out, does not say Mars, bro. That does not say Mars. I've been butchering the name, bro. I was like, is it Mxrs? Is it Mxrs? Is it Mxrs? Like, what is it?
You know what it is? It's like, I wanted to go by Mars, but then now I'm battling with a whole planet for that name. So I had to add a little flair to it to make it a little different.
I get it. Say less. But yeah, tell us just a quick intro on you. We'll get to find out a bit more on you, but just since you're new to the podcast, let's tell people a little bit about you.
Well, firstly, thank you for having me. I really appreciate you lot bringing me on. So my name is Mars or Marvin. I'm a beginner photographer, I'd like to say, and a beginner videographer, because I feel like I'm still really early in my journey. I just like to create. That's really my driving force. I think my initial aim and goal is just to make beautiful things, to help tell people stories and capture it in a nice visual way, and then just put it out there to either inspire or just to showcase what I can capture.
Fantastic. Yeah, man. And I've seen some of your photography, the most recent stuff that you've done. Looks really good, man. Looks really good. I think you probably had to touch it up afterwards and add some color, right? Yeah. No, it looks really good, man. It looks really good. So I think you're definitely headed in the right direction. And obviously later on we'll be sharing some of the work that you've done. But yeah, man, Mr. Mo, how's it going, brother? How's this week been?
Really good. I have to say that Mars is the guy that made your interview. I don't know if everyone have seen it, but
not yet. But well, hopefully they have. If you haven't, what you've been doing with your life? Yeah, but they don't know yet that this is him. But you've revealed now. Surprise!
No, but I saw it live.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was I haven't seen much of your work, but I found that really natural and and fun at the same time. So I did enjoy it. I'm looking
Thank you
forward
very much.
to know more about what else you making.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we watched that and we were like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very grateful.
Yeah, man. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Guys, I want to say thank you to America, bro.
Whew.
That's right. Do you guys know what happened in America this week?
The elections.
The elections. I follow American politics like it's a TV series. And bro, I'm so happy right now. Why do you think I'm happy? Mr. Mars with an X in his name.
Because of DT, Donald.
Yes, but no. Mo, why do you think I'm happy?
I was gonna say something really rude, but
Wow. This is a family show.
Once American people doing American choices.
Bro, let me just show you. I'll just show you guys. Can you see this? Can you see this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bro, my Coinbase is at 230% profit. My Bitcoin is at 173% profit. My Netflix is up. My Ethereum is up. American Airlines is up. Bro. My stats for this year, I just got to 41% profit for this year. Last year I did 44. This year I'm up to 41. Bear in mind, 2 weeks ago I was down at 20 something, 30 something. So, hey.
Are you
Hey.
inviting us to dinner or something?
Hey. Shout out to America. Shout out to America. For people that don't know, American dollars is actually the reserve currency of the world. And when you do trading, it's actually done in dollars. So this week I was thinking, like, why am I so invested in American politics? And yeah, there's one reason, which is, it's interesting and funny. But two, also whatever happens in America affects my money. So yeah, so my money had to go up this week. Interest rates went down, and then the profits have gone up. So yeah, I'm very grateful, man.
Yeah, I mean, this week I had I have a client that works in finance.
Yeah.
And I have a friend, a really good friend that works in finance as well. And both of them were like, "Oh, this week is really important because of the elections in the US." And I was like, "What do you mean? Yeah, we are in the other side of the world. What do you mean? What kind of impact can it have?" And basically, because what Dee just explained, and I had no idea that that could have actually such a big impact, to be honest.
Yeah, and even more directly, I'm invested in Apple. I'm invested in Tesla. I'm invested in several American companies. I've got some money in the S&P 500, which is an index fund. So yeah, there's a lot that's invested into America. So yeah, I'm quite happy that I keep track of their politics over there, because yeah, it touches my wallet and potentially is touching my kids' inheritance. That's the idea. So yeah, if you haven't, I encourage people, find a way to invest money. Don't just be a spender. Don't even just be a saver. Make your money work for you. Make your money work for you. Well, yeah, that's that, man. But what's been happening this week? Anything exciting this week, Mr. Mo?
I mentioned a few weeks back my toxic relationship with biomechanics.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's like a very toxic relationship, unhealthy. We said bad things to each other. We're not able to communicate the proper way. communication is just struggling in a way. But we made some progress. I had a test in biomechanics, and I passed it. So yeah, unhealthy relationship that somehow I am finding a way to make it work. It's a beautiful fact. You'll see.
Shout out to you. Well done, bro. Well done, bro. And it's all about making progress and passing them tests, man. We have to. We have to. Mars, what's the week been like? Oh, your lighting's playing up here.
Give me one second.
Halloween, yeah? Halloween lighting. Yeah, we'll let you work on your lighting for a little while. And then we'll bring you back. All right. So yeah, no, it's been a good week, man. Last week there was a Pilots Careers Live, which I attended, which was pretty cool. I quite enjoyed it. This was my second Pilots Career Live. So basically it's like a careers event, but just for pilots. And there's like all companies set up, kind of selling their services, and kind of giving out information. So it was nice to be there with the honourable company of air pilots, just supporting other people, but also getting to make some contacts. And now that I've done it a few times, there's actually people I'm starting to see more and more. So I feel like my network in the aviation industry is definitely growing, which I'm very grateful for, man. I'm very grateful for.
Nice.
Yeah.
Since so far as I know, you also bring a lot of into the aviation community, and as long as you keep yourself in the community, it can only grow. So that's amazing to know.
Yeah. No, I mean, I try to, man, but I can definitely say coming into the aviation community, the support that I've got, the kindness of the people I've met, my instructors have been great. I've been very, very fortunate. And so, yeah, it's a pleasure to be able to give a little bit back. But yeah, more to come. Let's see if Mars is back. You back?
Yeah, we're back. This is the best we can do for now.
That's good. All right, man. Well, I thought this week, to get us started, we'll have a couple of our Day One mentality staples, and then we'll get to talk about your work interviewing me, which is out now, and we'll tell people where to find it. But I thought I'd introduce something new today. Gratitude journal. Yeah. So just get to say one thing that you've appreciated from the week. Anything that's happened this week. Shout out to people in the chat. Let me just see what the chat is saying. By the way, if you chat and drop a message in there, I can put it on the screen. So do pass by, say hello if you're in the chat, or drop a comment in the comment section. Share your thoughts. Share what you're grateful for. And let's share some of that positive energy in the world. Mo, what are you grateful for this week?
I'm gonna say the opportunity to be able to learn. Yeah.
Nice. I like that. Was there something in particular you learned? Or obviously you passed your test, which shows you learned something. So that's good. But was there anything in particular?
Yeah, obviously I passed the test, which I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
But it's not about passing the test. It's about the feeling that I'm learning something, and I love it all. And it's just some people might just assume that going to school or being able to have the opportunity to go to university, college, or whatever is something like normal and common. It might be in the UK, but it's just the feeling of like doing something that I love, that I really enjoy, and that is giving me something so valuable. And I'm having the opportunity to actually study what I like. I'm really enjoying that, actually. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. And sometimes we forget that we're in a part of the world that is relatively peaceful, that we have these choices,
Mhm.
That, you know, some of our biggest complaints can be that the internet is too slow. So yeah, I think that's a really good perspective, man. I appreciate that. Mars, what's your thing from the week, man? Chuck it into the gratitude journal.
I think I'm gonna stretch it and do it for 2 weeks because
Oh, nice.
I just want to be thankful, grateful for the community I have and I'm kind of building with all the creatives, even including yourself, that I've been graced with, you know. And I feel like as a creative is a lonely journey if you don't have anyone with you. You feel like everything is all in your head. Like there's so many things going through your head and you don't really know how to tackle anything. So even just conversing with UD and the few people I've met through this past week, yeah, just grateful for being in those spaces and having the opportunity to be with people that are willing to share what they know as well.
Yeah, I hear that, man. It's all about the people you surround yourself with, man. And yeah, I'm very grateful as well for the Future Pilot 901 community. You know, definitely that's been a huge change this year. So I echo what you say. I think for me this week, because 2 weeks ago I was not feeling well, and I felt like I've been off my game. But this week I feel like I'm kind of getting back into it. I'm starting to get back to my peak a little bit. So yeah, I'm grateful for recovery. All right, man. So gratitude journal. If you're in the chat, drop what you are grateful for this week. It's always good to look back and have gratitude. That's definitely a strategy for success because it affects your psychology, affects your mind, and how you approach the next challenge. All right, brings us to our next bit before we talk about the great interview that you put out last week. Accountability time. So the question is, what is it that you know you should have been doing this week that you haven't been doing? I'm going to start first. These are my confessions. Say what you gonna find. Yeah. So I have to say I have eaten I have not controlled my diet this week. I've had way too many biscuits, way too many cookies, to the point where I'm like, wait, is my body going to handle this? So I want to confess that and get back on track. So that's my confession. Who wants to go next?
I can go next. For me, I think I've been procrastinating way too much this week. Like I had initial plans to do a couple of things, few Instagram posts and whatnot, a TikTok post, but just was so lazy this week. I got home from work feeling like, oh, my bed is calling my name, and then fell into that trap.
Come to me, come to me. Yes.
Amazing. I mean, what a question, eh? What is that you know that you should have been doing that you haven't been doing? We had this question for almost 30 episodes, and it doesn't go easier to answer it. I don't know. You need to like put your ego to the side and then be honest with yourself and then with the rest. With me, it's gonna be I felt like it took me longer to finish a task for some reason. Maybe my accuracy or my concentration haven't been on point. So yeah, that's my confession. Need to work on that for next week.
Appreciate that, man. Self-reflection is a very important strategy for success. You have to be able to look at what you're doing. You have to be able to course correct. You know, sometimes we try to like, oh, I'm just not going to think about it because, oh man, just don't remind me. That's not what you do. You know, you have to face it head on. You have to. I love how what's his name, David Goggins, talk about looking at the accountability mirror. He literally looked at the mirror and just went, you know, all right, I'm fat. Okay, I'm lazy. All right, I give up too easy. And just face it, because when you face it, you can change it. So I think it's a powerful thing that we're able to do that, and we don't run away from it, you know. So that's great. So next week, next time I see a biscuit, I need to be like, wait, my sound is not working. Yo.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear the sound? No. My sound effects is not working. Why is my sound effect not working? Wait, let's check it out. That's not working. That's not working either. Whoa, what is happening? What is happening? Let's see. For some reason, my sound has gone off. My sound effects are not working.
Do the sound. Which one? Which one?
Wait.
No, you do it. We.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing it, bro. You do it.
I think this is your moment.
I don't know which one it was.
This is my moment. Yeah, nah, it's gone. It's gone. We're gonna have to get the soundboard back. I wonder if I refresh this, whether it still keep on the same stream. But hey, who knows? Let me close that, reopen it, play that. All right, that's trash. That's trash. Let me see. All right, nothing in the chat to show. Nothing in the chat to show. All right, well, for some reason, I'll try and get that back. We'll see if we can get it back. But yeah, man, so now we've done those staples. We'll save ourselves from Dreams Workshop for today because we've got a special guest. So I want to know, wait, first of all, let me show. I've been watching. Do you know, I'm going to confess something else, bro.
Go on.
I've been looking at your page every day, bro. Do you know why?
With the numbers.
I'm like, I only do classics. I'm like, I only do classics. This has to be your number one video. That's what I said. This needs to go right to the top, like cream rising to the top. And it's been good to see so far. I think it's number 6 or 7. I think number 6. So yeah, that's views from Mars. Apparently, that's how you say it. Views from Mars. And that's the video that you made. So yeah, tell us a bit more about, you know, the process of kind of putting it together. How did the idea come about, and then how did you find it making it?
So the idea is something I've been sitting on for a while. Like initially, I had this pair of rappers, and they had this plan to do their first show. And I was like, oh, listen, I'd love to come document it, kind of let us go with you on this journey, because I feel like that's something a little unique. And also, once you're selling out arenas, you have something to look back to and show you where it all started. And initially in that process, everything started falling apart. Schedules weren't aligning. I had a new job. I was working evenings, so it was never going to work. And then the idea kind of fell to the back burner. And I feel like I was kind of missing that creative spark, because I'd stopped doing YouTube, but I really wanted to deviate from what I was doing prior. And
what were you doing prior?
Oh, just more so entertainment style YouTube videos. They're still there. I don't have the heart to delete them because they're such a big part of my journey, but they're not part of this new journey that we're on. So I definitely wanted to deviate, and I feel like the opportunity just arose perfectly, meeting Dee, and it was like our final day of working together, and we were just talking like, oh, so what do you actually want to do, absent of where we were working? What is it you're striving for? And I told him, oh, I want to do this, this, and that. I kind of want to do documentaries. He's like, oh, really? Because I do this, this, and that. And he showed me his page, the Future Pilot 901. and even the cinematic sort of things that he was doing. So it was a nice way to see someone doing something similar to what I wanted to. And he gave me the opportunity to step out and shoot with him, interview him. And yeah, I feel like it was something that I wanted to do a lot more. As soon as I got home, I'm like, yeah, this is my favorite thing right now. And yeah, I think the thing that hit me the most as well was when you see someone that has passion, when they talk, they have this glint in their eyes, this certain smile that can't be replicated. And capturing that just felt beautiful, if I'm being honest. So I've just wanted to make more memories like that.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. There's, that thing when you do something and you're like, yeah, that feels right. That's what I want to do more of. I remember for me, it was an experience of watching my first solo back. Right, I did my first solo and I was watching it back and I posted it on YouTube. And every time I watch that, I'm like, yeah, like I'm watching myself doing exactly what I should be doing. And yeah, there's just a deeper kind of knowing, which sounds like you had, like doing something like that, capturing my story. You're like, yeah, I definitely want to do more of this. Yeah, man.
I feel like an aspect of the like having a capture of a moment or a documentary or a video is that it reminds us of things that we completely forgot. Some details, and from those details we're able to generate more memories, and it's just, I don't know, it's a beautiful thing to have at the end. And like you said, sometimes the video quality is not the best or is not what we were expecting. We might be a little bit embarrassed, but it's also like part of the journey that got you to having an amazing interview with Dee in the airfield, So honestly, yeah.
Yeah, totally agreed, man. Totally agreed. And I thought having watched it, we watched it live as it released last week. Yeah, and as I watched it, I mean, obviously, I'm further along my journey as a filmmaker. I've done a couple of courses and stuff like that. So there's things I can pick out where I'm like, okay, that needs a slight improvement. That needs a slight improvement. But I was able to get lost in it, and I think that's a mixture of how you cut it and brought it together. Because you can cut things and bring things together in a way that's jarring, right? Where it's like you then forget that you're watching it and then you start focusing on that. And I didn't. I was able to just actually glue onto it, which I think is, down to you making it smooth. But also, it's not just the video editing side, right? It's also how, the kind of collaboration of energies in terms of producing it. I felt like I was in a very good state, right? And like you're saying, able to, communicate my passion in words. And I hadn't necessarily planned how I'd say things. I know my story, but I never really thought about how I would say it. And I think it's a mixture of your personality and, that helped to produce that. Kind of my energy, your energy coming together, and then how you captured it, and then how you brought it together. So I thought like the message comes across very clearly, through that, and I think it shows in the responses and the comments that you're getting on it. And I think it's definitely a job well done. I just come over here to some of the comments, man. Great insight into the life of an up-and-coming pilot. This fellow is more inspirational to children, adults, and adults for that matter, than any celebrity or pro athlete, which I'm grateful for. Don't know how much I agree with that. So yeah, I was like, yeah, that's very kind of you. I'm grateful for all the people who inspired me. Some of the people that inspired me, Kobe, David Goggins, to name a few. And they're obviously celebrities, and without them, I definitely wouldn't have, as much fire as I do. yeah, and then here it's like keep these going. So yeah, you've obviously had a really positive response.
So,
but yeah, go on.
I have a question. As a videographer, do you guys struggle to watch something and not analyze whatever you're watching?
I would say, yeah, similar to because Dee said something while he was speaking about the video that I made about getting lost in it. There's times I cannot get lost. Like there's a contingency error or the edit was a bit janky, so it just throws off your whole perception, or an audio thing. Those little things would just bring you back to reality. And yeah, I feel like for the most part, I can get lost in a couple of things, but it's those little janky errors that will bring you back to life. It's like, oh, the lighting there is a bit weird, or you know. So it is a little difficult at times, but I feel like I'm not super far in my journey that I'm picking out every little bit.
Yeah, the more you develop, the more you definitely pick up. Because, for example, I know there's mistakes I used to make in my old videos that then I got trained out of. So now I can see somebody making that same mistake. So yeah, but I think, you know, film making and videography, well, mostly filmmaking, it's all about capturing the imagination, right? And that's what you're saying, Mars. It's like you capture someone's imagination, but if you don't edit it right, then you lose their imagination and they come back to reality. And I think that's a really great way to put it, actually. And so, yeah, I then tend to make videos that I want to watch back over and over again. And usually I'm more critical of myself than other people. I'm very hard on myself. So for me, it's like, if I can make something that I want to watch over and over and over again, and many of my videos are like that, and I enjoy it. And so regardless of the views, I'm kind of happy with it, because like my first solo video, I want to watch it over and over again. And I do, you know. So I think for me, that has to be my aim. But when I watch other people's, it depends, you know. Sometimes it depends on the context, right?
Agreed.
So I'm aware this is a YouTube platform. I'm aware that, you know, this is somebody working on their craft. So I won't watch it with the expectation of a Hollywood movie, right? So I think context matters, and context does affect how I then watch something.
Yeah, I guess that when you have so much knowledge about something, you're able to recognize the errors and the details this quick. I was talking with my brother, for example. One day we entered into a gallery shop, was it, with some pictures and some paintings as well. And he was telling me about the colors, the sensation about the painting, and the photos as well. And I was like, oh yeah, you're actually right. I never thought about that. And I guess that is the same with everything in general. So that I'm assuming that is a good thing in a way, but it can be negative in the other way of like thinking, not being able to disconnect and enjoy the filming part.
Yeah, but I think it's this similar to like getting a drawing from a child, right? Because you don't get a drawing from a child and go, oh, I moved off my microphone. Yeah, you don't get a drawing from a child and go, yeah, your circles don't work. No, it came out the colors. It's like, duh, obviously, that's what's going to happen. You take it in from the context of what it is, where it's like, all right, this is a child. Oh, yeah, that's really nice for where you are. I wouldn't pay for it, but I would take it, and I'd take it home with me and chuck it in the bin. But you know, at least I'll take it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it does. I think it does depend on context, and I think where people become really critical is because they have a high expectation. If you definitely go to a gallery, then you're probably going to have a high expectation of what's in a gallery because of your experience of a gallery.
Yeah, And I have a question as well. As a filmmaking, do you feel like nowadays it's easier to get recognized by the things that you do because of social media and internet and being able to share things easily? Or do you think it's more difficult because more people are into it and there is more things to watch in general?
Hmm. That's a great question, and it's something I've thought about as well. Because you can look at it in the two ways you've explained. Like, for one, it's so much more accessible. They're like, everyone has access to the same things you do. You can shoot a movie off an iPhone if you really wanted to, and you can edit it on CapCut or anything really, and get something similar to someone else with thousands of pounds worth of equipment if you know what you're doing. So I kind of want to go in the middle and say that there's not that much that has changed from back then and now, in the sense of, definitely the market is a little bit oversaturated, and there's so many people doing all these different type of things. But I kind of feel like there is an avenue for all things, in a weird little way of saying it. Like, I like to use music as an example. There's some things that will be like, a song could play that Dee might like, but I would despise, but it would still get millions of views, and vice versa. So there's an avenue for everything, and it is a little more difficult because there's so many people doing it. But I still feel like you still have good odds, if that makes sense. And really, it's about who you connect yourself with as well.
Yeah, I mean, I know from, I feel like it's quite equal if you compare it to 30 or 50 years ago. I feel like there is a similar percentage of people doing actually something that people want to watch, and they do it pure because they love to. Now there is a lot of more content, but it's not necessarily people that actually love what they do, like trust content that is like to have your attention and focus for like 30 seconds. So I feel like still now it's difficult to find good content and content that people actually take time and invest energy and ideas, even.
I think that's why my advice to anybody, especially if you're doing YouTube, have a catalog, right? Because when you have a catalog, and that's why I like doing things in series, because then you have a catalog and somebody can see what your content is like, and then see the next bit and see the next bit, then they can decide, this is somebody I want to follow. I connect to what they do, right? But if you don't have a catalog, like, people can't get a flavor for what you do, and they won't know if you're their flavor, right? So I think it's quite important to have a catalog of stuff. And speaking of just making equipment go a long way, I this video, right? I literally did it with a S9, right? I'll show you a little bit.
Keno managed to secure another Cessna 172, and Yufe scrambled to get it ready for flight.
Yeah, but this one actually just has a thing that's localizer only, so you can just do localize it, and then you can read the height and distance. The height and distance, yeah. And that's the precision. That's enough to do the test. Oh, that's good. Go for echo, go for echo. Okay. Yeah. Golf, echo, golf, echo, golf. Okay, I'm gonna do this.
This aircraft is so nice to fly with. Yeah, very nice. Victor Golf, clear 20 south controlled airspace now in the climb, altitude 3,000 feet, heading 090 degrees. Yes, 3,000 feet is very nice and smooth. Yeah, it's not like in the cloud.
Yeah, RIP to that spider. But yeah, I wasn't going to let a spider go at that place. We had to bite the, sting the pilots, and then they turn into Spider-Man, and then we end up crashing. So RIP spider. If it comes to our lives with the spiders got to go. Sorry. But yeah, I did all of that with just one Samsung S9.
Mm-hmm.
So down to what you're saying, Mars, like it's just a case of knowing how to do it, and you can literally do it with your phone and create something very interesting.
Yeah.
How you cut it.
And something that I noticed, I went to a wedding during the summer, and lately I don't know why it's been a trend for people to have a digital camera and take pictures from the digital camera. And when I saw the digital camera, I thought like, bro, what the hell? But to I don't know, 30 years ago. But then I saw the quality of the pictures. Man, it was amazing. You know what I mean? So it's actually a digital camera from, I don't know, 2010 or something.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think you just have to know your stuff, and you have to do your research, and like with similar to editing softwares, right? With something that has more capability, you then have to control the settings, and you have to know to change the settings to the lighting situation. And one thing that's underrated in terms of filmmaking and photography is lighting. Like when I've done my filmmaking courses, they've been like, focus more on getting lighting. Even if you just got your phone, just get the right lighting, and it changes the game. But yeah, man. Yeah. And so, what was your favorite part, Mars, in the interview?
I'm a bit torn because there were so many good bits, but I think the part that spoke to me the most was it's when we asked you what was your biggest issue that you faced as a pilot, and you said I couldn't really name one, but the only thing that was an issue was mindset.
Yeah.
And how your mindset allows you to kind of trump any obstacle that you would face. And I think that speaks on your character, being resilient, as well as being so disciplined and locked in on your journey, knowing that regardless of what I will face, I'm going to overcome it, whether I like it or not, and I'm going to keep pushing. And I feel like that kind of lit a fire under me as well, just to kind of go out and do anything, not focus so much on all the little things and the little voices you hear sometimes that saying, oh, don't do this, that won't look good, that won't look great. Just go out and shoot something. And on a little side note, one thing I've also been trying to take in is you never really know what will be your biggest hit or your best video. Because there's times I just throw out a couple of pictures on TikTok and I got 100 likes. But the things I took maybe a couple of days working on sat way lower than that. So sometimes the scope we have for things is not the same as other people. We're going to be so focused on the intricate little details, like, oh, do you see that tiny edit I did there? But everyone else just sees the full product in a whole different light. And yeah, sometimes you just have to throw something out there. That would be my advice to anyone on any sort of journey. When it comes to more of the social media stuff, just throw anything out there. You never know what will go.
That's it. Let's go to the section and see if we can capture a little bit of that. The section that before you jump in, Mark.
Yeah.
This direction. So, of course, you've been flying for a while now. What do you think was the biggest obstacle, absent of money?
I can't find a better answer than mindset. That's the biggest struggle. And now I'm in the position where I'm kind of mentoring a few other kind of student pilots through their journey. And I see some of the issues that they come up with. I'm like, that's not an issue. Like, because I've been through it now. Things like, you know, there's a lot of issues to navigate where it's like not a good relationship with your flight instructor. How do you manage that? Or not having the right information and having to look for information. And that's one of the hardest things for people who want to get into aviation. It's just finding the right information, because there's so much information out there. And it's like just finding the bit that you need right now can be really overwhelming in the sea of information. So with that, connections help, because then you can speak to somebody and they can just tell you like, this is what you need, A, B, right now. So, oh, cool, thanks. Like, you've just saved me so much time and energy trying to figure it all out. So there's been multiple issues, many issues along the way. But I think the toughest part is having the mentality to see a way through.
Mo.
I was gonna say something else, but I think it's very rude that at 7 you saw us eating something very delicious too.
Bro, English breakfast, man. English breakfast. All day, English breakfast, mate. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, mate?
Bro, I mean, no, yeah, it's something. I mean, I'm not surprised about the answer, because we have been doing the day one mentality, and I know Dee for a while now, and one of his favorite things that he likes to share is that money is not the problem. The problem is the mentality you have. He has experienced it in his own way, and I feel like everyone does it at the same time. It's just if you realize it sooner or later. So yeah, it's a big thing.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. So, time to wrap up the episode, man. It's been fun as usual. Obviously, we're talking about this documentary, this interview, I'd say, on the view from Mars, spelled with an Mxrs. View from Mars. Obviously, check out the link. The link is also in the description. That's the QR code. So if you haven't seen it yet, please go check it out. Drop your comments. Let us know what you think of it. Let us know what you make of it, and we would highly, highly appreciate that. We're trying to get that to the top. All right. Your most viewed video is how long? Is how many views? Let me see. Videos. Most popular is 429. Right? We're on 266. We need to push that up. So guys, go over to views from Mars, spelled Mxrs, and just give us a view, man. Give us some eyeballs.
Is there anything you're working on at the moment, Mars? Anything that we would expect?
Yeah, I can't give you any specific dates right now, but I have another interview with a model that I should be scheduling soon. He walked in, I think it was either London Paris Week or London Fashion Week or Paris Fashion Week. I'm not sure which. I need to double check. So that's going to be an interesting one. I have another pilot who got in touch with me off my pilot with Dee, and that is working on something. So those are really the main two projects as of right now. I can't give you any dates because they're still all up in the air. But yeah, just I want to at least get maybe 1 or 2 more interviews out before the end of the year, and just give this my all, really.
Yeah, so if people want to stay, if they want to get to watch some inspirational stories that you're putting out, then they're going to have to subscribe to your channel.
100%.
Subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell. As you can see, where is it? look, subscribe, ding, notification bell has been rung. Okay, so that's what people need to do. Go onto View from Mars, and they can stay up to date with the latest stuff. Yeah, man, it's a great fourth quarter of the year, man. I'm quite happy, man. We're finishing the year strong. My money's good. I'm very happy about that. The projects have been flowing. I've got a speaking project at Dartford coming up soon, so I'm going to be speaking to young people, sharing a bit of my story, and hopefully motivating and inspiring them. It's been a great year, man. It's been a great year. I feel like it's finishing in a very, very strong way. I'm due my 100th hour flight soon, which is also going to be turned into a documentary type of thing, which I'm very excited about. I'm looking forward to, and it's going to be great, man. It's going to be great. Mo, anything coming up?
Nothing in specific. Obviously working on activities and doing my best to bring that goal of mine alive. I am hoping to become an after school club by January. So
Let's get it.
that's my thing, yeah.
Let's get it. All right, man. Well, Mars, thank you very much for joining us on the Day One
Thank you for
Mentality
having me.
podcast. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Any final words?
Yeah, just want to say thank you for having me. I really do love what you guys are doing here. And I feel like you inspire way more people than you understand. So just keep doing, just keep pushing it. And one thing, I don't know if you guys focus on the numbers too much, but I would say try to disassociate that from what you put out. Even myself, I'm trying to do that. Because you could have 60 million views, but they're not here for the value that you're putting out. If you change one or two lives, that's really what it's all about. And I think with the substance that you lot got with this podcast, just keep doing what you're doing because you're helping a lot of people.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. I appreciate that. And that's why for me, it's all organic. And the people that follow, the channel, they like what's happening on the channel. They give advice, they feedback. So I'm very grateful for that. And slowly it's going to grow. But yeah, 100%. I told myself I was going to do it for 5 years without giving up. I'll probably top up with another 5 years without giving up and just see what happens. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Mo, any final words?
Really happy to get to know Mars and hear his story a little bit. Obviously at D1 Mentality, which is always a plus. Yeah.
Indeed, man. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. If you didn't get to drop a chat, please do drop a comment. Let us know what you make of everything we've talked about. Share your thoughts. You never know who you might inspire or who you might impact in a positive way. Well, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This has been Day One Mentality. Until next time, this is Future Pilot 901, reminding you to live your dreams
and stay the athlete to enjoy the process.
Peace.
Ever since I was a kid, I had a dream of becoming a pilot, but could never afford it. One day I decided to stop making excuses, to sacrifice my comfort, to make my dream happen. My name is Dee, and this is my journey. This is Future Pilot 901.